Hello, Poppets.
Hello, everyone.
How goes it?
Welcome back.
It is exceptionally bright.
There's a lot of lights in here.
It's exceptionally bright.
But the video camera's like a lot of light.
Yeah.
So, Heather gets a lot of light.
A lot of light, you say? Is that what you say? A lot of light?
Yeah.
It's a lot of light. Lot of light.
A lot of light.
A lot of light, mate. Can they hear us? And maybe even see us? Those are cute little worker bees. Hi, Koya.
Hello, Corey.
Cute little worker bees. Those are rightly cute, they are. I like them a lot. They're adorable. Alright, so we have our epoxy tumbler. Don't mind that mine's not as shiny as what yours possibly looks like. I did sand it. I still didn't get all of the imperfections out, but that's okay. We're going to work with it anyways. We're going to roll with it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take, everybody should have gotten a little honeycomb piece. I think everybody got a metallic gold. Mine is just a yellow. But they're all made from Victor, aka Robert Paulson, with Shit Vic Mix. So they all came inside of your handy dandy little live box. And then we do have our yellow acrylic paint. I do have some glue. If you want to use UV resin to tack this down, you can, or super glue. I thought I brought it in here. I don't know what I did with it. I did unplug it though, so it's probably in there just on the table. So we're going to paint it. I'm going to paint it around my honeycomb piece. I don't know which camera you guys are on. I would look at you, but...
It's the white.
It's the white one. Okay. See, I told you I unplugged it. I just don't remember where I left it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut out a little section of clusters. So I'm just going to cut on the outside edge.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Christy.
Like so. You want somewhat of an irregular pattern. But I'm trying to make sure that the honeycombs that I'm going to be using in this piece are whole. So I'm cutting the edges of the ones that are meeting it.
Lisa said, hey, beautiful.
Hi.
Hi, Corey. Thank you for saying hello.
I'll say it says motion and playroom, but I don't see anybody in there.
Hey, you guys!
Oh gosh. It's Hoyman. Alright, so I'm just cutting out like irregular little shape here.
Herman waiting for Heather's eye roll.
I know not what you speak of, Herman.
Let's see.
I'm trying to see if I like that shape. So,
Hi, Mabel.
I'm planning on doing it in irregular little shapes like this. So you can see that I just cut out a weird little pattern. You can trim some out if you want it to be a little different.
Thank you, Koya, for sharing that. I appreciate it.
What?
She shared the live box.
Oh. Yes, they are still being sold. People are still buying them. So these videos will be up in the group. So you'll be able to go back and watch them anytime you'd like. So if you
Hi,
get an
Amy.
order for one, you can totally make a post, or you can go and buy another live box. If you decide later on that you want to go back and try this one, you definitely can.
Hi, April.
Alright, so this is the shape that I've got going on with my honeycomb.
Welcome, everyone. And hey, real quick, before we continue to move forward, you'll see that we have a little change of scenery. We're not in the craft room, as usual. I'm going to turn these down a little bit, because Heather's like squinting.
My head hurts, so that doesn't help either.
So, we have a little change of scenery. We have a friend of ours that's staying over with us, and she is currently sleeping in the craft room.
Yes.
Because the craft room is huge, and we put 2 mattresses in there, and in order to set everything up, we would have to move those mattresses. So, you get a little bit of change of scenery. Secondly, we're glad to see y'all.
Yeah.
Because we weren't able to do everything Friday, because we had a crazy day.
I had a bad day. Friday was a bad day, and I didn't
Hi,
want to
Carmen.
bring my bad dayness onto everyone else. So,
Tony, is it working? I'm not sure what that means.
is what working?
I don't know. Is it working? What is it?
Tony who?
Crabtree. I don't know. I can't remember. If something was said and I was supposed to catch it, I didn't. I'm sorry, Tony. Hello, Carmen. I'm going to need glue to add that to my tumbler. Huh? I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so you can use, so if you wanted to epoxy it, you can actually stick this down into the epoxy, and then you can come back and paint it after the layer of epoxy. But I'm just going to, and you'll see once, you're not going to need anything like super, super sticky. You could even use Mod Podge with it, because once I add a little bit of heat, it's going to start molding to my cup.
And Heather feels better today. Her
Yeah.
head is hurting,
Yeah.
but she's not. She didn't have a bad day today.
School.
So you use your heat gun, and it's actually going to make it lay down onto the tumbler.
Lay down. It's kind of hot, so be careful. So you can see I got like part of it down. I'm just going to hold it with my skizzers to get the rest of it down. Only because it's kind of hot. It's really hot. I probably could have cut that one off. Turn that off. And if one of them gets too hot, you just trim it off. No worries. Let's see.
April said, if you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. You do this tonight.
Yes.
Chrissy said, I'm glad you're better. I missed you. And Herman said, yeah, well, April said. We're behind y'all 100%.
Yeah, I just hated that we scheduled it and then I had just like an awful day. So this is what it looks like once it's on your tumbler. So once you put the heat gun over it for just a few seconds, it's going to lay it flat onto your tumbler, so you don't have to worry about tacking it down in a bunch of different places. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to take some of this glue. I'm going to put it on the back of it. Let's see, did I have it that way? No, I think I had it this way. It was that way. Okay. And then I'm just going to stick it on there.
Corey said, we love you.
Corey's like the nicest person on the planet. Like, she is like genuinely such a good person. She just reaches out to me sometimes and says, hey, I hope you're all doing well. And sometimes those are on the days that I need it most. So, like Friday. Friday was one of those days. Alright, so, and then once this glue dries, it'll go clear. It'll be transparent, so you don't have to worry about seeing it or trying to cover up the glue or anything like that. So I'm going to move it over a little bit, and then I'm going to put another piece right here. So I'm going to cut off all these wonky edges.
Yes, that's designer glue adhesive, April.
Yes. I've been trying to convince Black Bear to get designer clear adhesive. Alright, so this one I want to do a little bit bigger.
Corey said, "You're welcome." Like I've said, we're family. It's way past the friend stage at this point.
That is very true. I consider everybody in this group family. I care about all of you. And I always try to help as much as possible. And if you don't hear from me, if it goes for a time frame where you like message me and you don't hear from me, message me back, because Christian has my iPad and he also, well, he did have one of my other phones, and he'll click on my messages because since it's an iPhone, it goes through all of the messages to all of my Apple devices, even my cell phones. So he'll actually go through and it'll pull up my Facebook messages and he will click on them and like read them. I guess it marks it as read, and then I don't see that it's there anymore. So that's always fun. He always gets me that way. And if you get some like baby babble back, you know it was Bubbles saying hi.
Although his baby babble is turning more into words here lately.
Yes, it is. He's the cutest. Alright, so I'm going to do this big piece right here.
Heat gun helps so much in doing this.
Ta-ta!
You give it a couple seconds and let it cool off, and then you can pick it up.
Molded to your tumbler. You just take a little bit of glue and you can, put it on the back of it. Just run it along the back and then quickly stick it back on your tumbler. I just wonkified it. I didn't wait long enough. I got impatient. I pulled it off. But it's fine. It's okay. Because you just warm it back up and then it falls back down.
Victor said, you know you love I taught you that.
I do. It makes it so much easier. I do.
April, like Heather was saying in the beginning, if you don't have this glue when you're epoxying it, if you want to go ahead and mold it to what you need, and you go to epoxy it, you can just put it down either into a tacky epoxy, I would imagine, or you can put it down.
You can use UV resin, Mod Podge. You can use any of it, really. E6000 super glue. You can do anything. All you really need is just for it to stick so that when you go to epoxy it, it doesn't fall off. That's all you're really wanting to do. Since you mold it to the tumbler itself with the heat gun, you don't really have to worry about trying to tack it down. The only reason I used to do it with the UV light is because I didn't know that heat would make it fold like that. So I was having to tack it down to make it wrap with the tumbler. But for this, it's no biggie.
Victor said you should go back and watch the first one you did when you UV glued it the whole thing down for some entertainment. Because it took so much more time.
It did. It took forever.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Does your epoxy surface need to be smooth before you put the honeycomb on it?
It doesn't have to necessarily be like, when you put the honeycomb on it, it doesn't have to be super smooth. So I am going to acrylic paint this before I epoxy over the honeycomb, but I'm just going to bring it up to the very edge of the honeycomb. And I'm going to paint the outside of it yellow.
And she's using acrylic paint because some people didn't have access to...
No, they have acrylic paint in their
Do they?
box, yeah.
Well, I know we were talking about having it where you could spray paint the whole cup.
Yeah, you could spray paint it if you wanted to.
You could actually put
and
some
then you can
honeycomb
remove.
stencils.
Yeah, and then you could remove inside of the honeycombs with some acetone and a thing. I thought about that, but I don't have yellow spray paint.
So you could even do some honeycomb stencils as peekaboos on this too if you wanted to.
To kind of mix it up between the real honeycombs and the stencil honeycombs.
Create some 3D.
Some dimension. I'll put that one right there.
Sequoia, remember that one time we did these with the oven? Lisa asked if you could hold them down with rubber bands until it sets.
Yeah, you could.
Victor was saying he didn't recommend it because the rubber band will cause warping because of the lack of even heat and pressure, which makes sense.
Yeah.
How many layers of epoxy do you have on it right now?
One. One really, really thick coat of epoxy. Whoa! Oh gosh! Stay on there, mister! Oh god, it's trying to fly away. No. Okay, stay. Stay.
Make some freezers.
Huh?
Make some freezers.
Maybe. Okay. And then I'm just going to... I'm going to let it cool down. I'm going to learn my lesson this time. I'm going to let it cool down first.
Wait, you're going to be patient?
Only this once. You think I should do some honeycomb peekaboos or no? Just leave it like this?
If you want to. Add that extra layer of dimension, but you don't really have anything to... You don't have any cut.
No, but I got some on here. What do you think?
Let's go roll with it for now. You can always make another one.
Okay. Alright, so it's hardened up a bit.
It is a very pretty color.
Yes, mine's a little dull right now only because I did sand it before I started this.
So it was a lot more pretty.
Yeah, so it's a lot prettier than what mine looks right now. Mine's just a little dull.
Victor said the plastic those are made of is chemically resistant to acetones. If you do that method that you were talking about using to strip the paint, it'll work perfect.
Nice.
And Sequoia's going to go put some epoxy on her cup.
To get hers to stick.
Maybe. I need to go out and lay down some epoxy, she said. So maybe.
Maybe.
So I don't know if y'all could see the question that I put up in the live, which was, what would you like to see for future live boxes, and what would you like to see for future lives? Question mark. So that way y'all can participate.
I have the Fuck It Bucket cups. Koya sent me one. Hers looks pretty awesome though, so I feel like there's not much fixing that one needs. I think the texture it has is like super cool. That reminds me, you said April's on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
April, did you get your cup in the mail? USPS has been crazy lately and has lost some of my stuff, so I want to make sure that you got your cup. Your Ursula cup. I sent it like forever and a day ago. You should have gotten it by now. And if you didn't, I'm super concerned.
Actually, use the second poll because the first one, for whatever reason...
What are you doing?
Okay, it closed out the other one. Maybe.
Maybe.
April, I'm back. You missed me? Not sure how long I can stay.
Yes, I miss you. I was just talking to you. Did you get your Ursula cup?
She said Ursula? Yes, I mentioned I did.
Good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Fawn says hi.
Hi, Fawn.
Someone was asking about doing the Christmas lights you can turn on and off.
Ooh. I think Victor said he had an idea of a better way to do.
Yeah, that's what he was just saying. I actually have a couple planned to do this with that I need Heather to help me with. Corey wants to see me do the glitter tub scene.
It'll be a very hairy. He doesn't need a bear costume.
You're ridiculous. I'd shave for that.
Why?
Because I think I look better when the hair is gone. But that's just personal opinion.
I think all guys have hair for the most part. Okie dokie. I think I want another one.
April, I'm scared to use it. He said I haven't used her. I'm afraid to. But I have showed her off.
Really? It makes me happy that you got her though. She has my first dragon I ever made.
April does?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Or maybe I did, but I forgot.
Wanda.
Rhett's dying for Heather to say hi.
Who?
Rhett. I forgot.
Oh,
I
Rhett?
totally forgot to read his comment. Sorry.
Hi,
But
Red.
Rhett said that he said, "Hi, have a good day and good luck."
Aw. Thank you, Red.
He said, "Hey, Miss Heather, have a good day and good luck."
He's so cute. Whoa, God.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you're curious on how much glue is too much glue, well, that's too
I
much.
don't know if they can actually see it. That's funny. April, I don't want her to break.
What's that noise?
Cricket? It kind of sounds like it. Hey, Layla.
What is that?
It's a cricket.
I don't think it's a cricket. It's creeping me out, kinda. Where'd they go? Hello? You must be near it.
I put money on it being a cricket. Someone got happy with it.
Yes. Shh. You didn't see that. Okay, for the next one, I want it to go across this area, or across the top. There's a weird chirping noise in my house, and I think it's like an animal. George.
It's a cricket.
Where is he?
He's outside.
Are you serious? He's so loud. Can you tell him to keep it down?
Yeah, we had a heart.
Okay.
I said, listen, buddy. You interrupted the live. Okay. Take a breath.
Take a breath. Calm your little crickety
I
legs.
gave him a snicker. I was like, dude, you're not yourself when you're hungry. Relax.
Relax.
Relax. I'm fucking sick of it. Oh.
How many of you knew that song from TikTok came from the Backyardigans? Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Ugh. I had Backyardigans on the other day for Christian, and all of a sudden that song started playing, and I'm like, wait, what?
Fawn says she has a cricket living in her laundry room.
See, if we fed the lizard crickets, that would be one thing. You remember when I had Zombie, and I would feed it crickets, and he would let them live inside of the tank for weeks at a time? And they would freaking chirp like that?
You're about to make a noise, weren't you?
Yeah, I
You were
can't do
gonna try.
it. I was going to try, but I can't. Okie dokie. I'm going to do this bigger piece.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
Corey says she knew.
Into the thick of it.
Ugh.
We're
Traveling through the woods, into the thick of it. You just hold your hand on it and just tap, tap, tap it down. There's a lot of people saying that they didn't understand how I did that with my chunky glitter and the spray paint. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my god, I feel bad now. I feel bad that I told everybody that this is how I did it. Into the thick of it.
I don't know where we're going.
Alright. So I've even got some on my bottom. On my bottom. I think that looks pretty good.
Heather applied her chunky using spray paint.
Yes, I applied my chunky glitter onto my wet spray paint. I used a gold metallic spray paint as my base color, and so I sprayed a super heavy coat of the metallic gold, and then I brought it inside, and while it was still wet, I dumped my chunky glitter on it. And then in my pile of glitter that I had on my plate where I had dumped out the glitter, I just pressed it, lifted, turn, pressed it, lifted, turn. I think some people are rolling it like that, and the wet spray paint is moving and the glitter is shifting. So I just stick it in, and then I, press it really good, and then I turn it a little, press it, and I just keep doing that until all of my glitter's pressed down really well. And then you could take your hand over it and just pat it lightly too. Alright. So...
April's like, oh yeah, I remember.
yeah, I messed a lot of people up and I felt bad about that. That's how I apply a lot of my glitter. If I'm going to glitter a cup and it's like a silver one, if it's already a white one, I don't even worry about it. I just...
Sorry, Corey. She's like, I got this song stuck on my head.
Alright, so this is my yellow acrylic paint. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to put it on my Dumaflachi, whatever we call this. I don't know what we call it, but...
Your cup stand.
My cup stand. Yeah, that thing. Will you look in there and get me a paper plate, please, so that I can pour this out, this paint
I'm
out.
gonna move this up. See if we can watch you from that angle. Need a paper plate?
Yes, please. Alright, so I am going to do several layers of my yellow acrylic paint. And that's just to ensure that I have good coverage. Now, I am only going to take my little brush up to it, to the edge of it. of each of the little honeycombs, which if you have a sponge brush, I think I got these from Walmart for, I think it was like $2 for a pack of like 20 or something.
Yeah, they have them at Dollar Tree, but they're a lot more expensive.
And they're bigger. These are smaller handled, but they work super well. And then I just toss them. I don't even try to wash them out, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even wash them out.
Is this angle okay for you guys to see everything? As you're watching and want to give feedback, it's totally cool. I'm not going to be offended if you're like, I can't see.
Yes, be like, oh my gosh, I can't hear her. Oh gosh, she's got a booger in her nose.
I'm going to try to get closer.
Just remember, we're going to do more than one layer of this acrylic paint. The thinner the layer, the faster it dries. So don't worry about your first layer being a little streaky or anything like that. Also, when you epoxy, the epoxy is going to smooth out any brush strokes that you have in it. So don't worry about those as much. As long as you have really good coverage of your paint before you epoxy, you should be good.
April, is that better? Since I kind of got closer to it? Because if I need to, I can move it a little bit closer. Just let me know.
Let me know. What do you guys think of this live box? I think this one was super popular. Do you guys want to know what the next one is going to be? I gotta ship out the water slides for this next one. I have them sealed and everything, so. But I believe we are gonna try and have them listed by the end of this week, maybe. And our plan is to have at least a good week or two before we ship them out, so that everyone has time to get theirs in the mail.
That was probably loud.
It doesn't help that I keep moving as I'm turning this thing too.
Nope.
Sorry.
Y'all want to see how close the cameras are together? Can you see them? Corey, are you talking about you could afford the live box? Is that better, April?
Also, if you want to adjust your color of gold or yellow for this top coat, and you have like some, if you want to make it more yellow, you can add some yellow to it. If you want to make it more pale, you can add some white to it. So that's the beauty of this acrylic paint, is that you can alter the color if you'd like.
Someone asked what the next one is.
Ooh, so the next one is going to be a tumbler with one of the toppers on it. It is going to be the Ducky one with the little ducks and the bubbles for the top lid. I think that one's going to be super cute, and it's going to have, we're working to see a way that we can have something to where everybody can do the power wash method with a product that comes in the live box. So we're working on that.
You know what's funny, Victor, is I have cameras that will allow me to zoom in. That one that you helped me hardwire, I'm going to go try it real quick just to see. I have it over here.
Whoops. The playrooms keep saying that someone is appearing.
It's the cricket. The cricket's all like,
Hey.
You said he was outside. Oops. And if you get any acrylic paint inside of your honeycomb, it just washes out.
well, I thought I knew where that camera was.
Remember you set it up once and you said it didn't work. And I don't know what you did with it after that. Like since y'all fixed the wire.
It's set to this camera, by the way.
Okie dokie.
The next box is going to be the Ducky.
Yes. It is going to be the one with the topper on it. The Ducky Topper. With the marbles and the bubbles. And we're going to have a custom mix for the main color of the tumbler. And then we're going to do the little duckies on top. Which I think is going to be super adorable.
Miss Corey, the next live box is on us. So the next Black Bear live box, you'll get a Ducky one. Heather and I are going to pay for it.
Yes. You get the first live box for next month.
So Christy, if you'll go ahead and set one aside for Corey,
Please.
we'll pay for it. Yes, Annette, everything that you need for completing the tumbler is inside the box. That's the beauty of these boxes.
Except for like the spray paint,
For the most part,
epoxy.
yeah. There will be some things that won't be in there, but for the most part, everything will be. And we're actually working on getting epoxy in the boxes too as time goes on. So hopefully, some of the next ones will have it. It might
Along
have
with some other really cool products
Yeah.
from CCDIY.
It might have some slight price changes. We're going to look at it and see exactly, but maybe be like $5 more or something like that. So no, Corey, don't feel bad. Do not feel bad at all. That's me wanting to give that to you. That's not something that I want you to think that we feel obligated to do. We want to do that. We appreciate you being here. I appreciate you helping check up on Heather from time to time. You've asked about Christian and didn't have to. Like, you're a great person, and things like that should be rewarded. Under one condition, you have to send a picture of yourself working on it, or make a video of you working on it.
Yeah, so this box came with the piece of honeycomb, it came with the acrylic paint, it came with the tumbler, it came with the worker bees and the queen bee, and it also came with this is actually a special mica that they mixed up specifically for this live box, and it looks amazing. It's called Honey Drip. So this is going to be for the drip that's on the tumbler, and it also comes with a water slide. And the glitter. It came with the custom yellow glitter.
Tiffany's like, hey, I missed most of it, but I'll have to watch. You're just watching her paint. What she's done up until this point is gotten the honeycomb stuck to the cup. She used designer clear adhesive. She used a heat gun to get it to mold to the tumbler. Definitely go back and rewatch that because it's really cool. And she's painting it on now. She's still got to put the bees and all on. So, and yes, and they've been running about $35
Plus shipping.
plus shipping. So depending on where you're located, they are Black Bear is located in Florida. So depending on where your shipping is from where they are, is how much your shipping will be.
And that's only because some people's shipping is like $4 or $5. Some people's shipping is like $12.
Yeah. And if you get one out of the country, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why we changed it to $35 plus shipping. And we also have some super cool stuff. A lot of the ones that we're planning on doing are going to be somewhat 3D in a way.
You're welcome, Tiffany. And it is really neat. We're very excited about it. And we have a lot of big plans for things that we plan to do moving forward, to introduce new glitters, to introduce you guys to some new people. The interview a crafter thing is still going to be going on. I got to get with Misty. I got to get with Jessica Reich. I've got to get with Jerry. I'm trying to get with a bunch of different people. So we are located near Savannah, Georgia.
All right. I can't forget my
We're
bottom.
actually in Rincon. Or as Alexa says, Rincon.
Yeah, Alexa.
Today in Rincon. You should try the next one, Annette. Around the 13th is when it's going to drop. So in the next 5 days. So watch the group, watch the posts, watch if they
Yep,
come
I'll make
in.
a post in the group, and then usually Herman and Christy does. A lot of people that are friends with me get notifications when I make a post or when I go live or anything like that. So that is somewhat helpful. I don't mind anybody being my friend. So I know that it does help with people getting notifications about stuff like that. So
Yeah, and I think I've made a video before that you can actually set your notifications to receive all of the notifications to the group instead of just one or two or the most relevant to you, because Facebook has a weird algorithm that only shows you what it thinks you need to see versus what you might actually want to see. It's kind of weird. Yeah, just check it out in it, definitely. And we'll be making posts all over. We've got big plans. Once we get our life kind of back to normal, y'all are going to be seeing more lives. We'll go back to the Wednesday and Fridays at 9:30, like clockwork.
yeah.
We just had our friend that we've been helping. She's been transitioning apartments, and we've been helping another friend. I had my buddy get stuck on the side of the road in his car, so he's been borrowing our truck.
And then Victor moved. And then
Yeah.
I'm going to let that dry for a little bit, and then I'll go over it with another coat of acrylic paint.
Can we opt out for the epoxy if you do get it? I mean, I'm sure we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably have two different options for the box, one with epoxy, one without, if you didn't need it or if you didn't want it.
Now, there are some in the future that we're looking at putting in epoxy sculpt. And I know some people don't use epoxy. So we may be able to do an alternative for like a small block of clay or something like that for those ones. The clay or the epoxy sculpt. Now, the only thing with
Culture sculpt.
Sorry. Yes, that is correct. It's culture sculpt. The only thing with that as opposed to clay is some clay is air dry and some clay is not. And sometimes it's heavier. So, but I have some air clay that I can probably send little packets of for people who want to opt out of the culture sculpt. So, that's that can be doable.
You know what? You sitting like that makes me think.
What?
You need to get 2 tattoos underneath your arms. One that says Smith and the other that says Wesson.
No, they're gonna say beautiful disaster.
Smith and Wesson.
No, beautiful.
Okay, you're gonna get beautiful disaster.
Beautiful disaster is what it's gonna say.
And I'm gonna get Smith and Wesson.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
That's what I
like
want
it,
it to
though.
say from here to here is beautiful and disaster.
What kind of
from
font do you want it in?
I want it in a swirly font.
Really? Like your, what does it kill me on that makes me stronger type?
Yeah, but bigger.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Jocelyn!
Hi, Jocelyn. Long time no talkie.
Dana says she just doesn't care for the CCDIY epoxy. Jocelyn said, got my first tumbler order and have 2 weeks to complete, so I was prepping.
Ooh. I know taking custom orders are stressful. Only because of the time crunch and getting it right, and then if it's a non-glitter cup, if it gets too much glitter in it, or if it gets a speck of different glitter in it, and then you've got to sand it out, or if you spell a name wrong. Custom orders
that's happened.
Custom orders are stressful. Yes, I had one that the name was spelled wrong, and she messaged me the day before and says, "Hey, I just realized the name is spelled wrong, so I had to grind it down, fast set in the hole, and then put the vinyl over the top of it, and then epoxy that night." For her to get it the next day because she was taking it on a trip with her. So it wasn't going to be used for a couple days anyways, but yes, those stressful situations.
Is that a bug? Is this a bug?
Yeah, you have tweezers.
I got him.
It was a bug.
It was a bug. It was like a fruit fly or something. I guess I could use my heat gun, but I know that the sound is annoying.
I can mute it.
Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun to make this paint dry faster so I can do another layer.
Everybody tell us your best joke. Welcome back.
Ta-da! So I noticed while I was warming this up, or while I was drying it, there's some areas where I have like a thicker spot of paint, like right here, and it's kind of cracking a little, which I think would probably add an aged, distressed look to it, so it looks like it's an older beehive. So I may do a super thick layer and then try and dry it with my heat gun, because that sounds like it would be really cool to me. But you don't have to do that.
Did you see someone placed a $40 order?
No. I did not.
Someone bought 10 of those Amazing Grace sublimations.
That one's really popular.
It is.
I sold 8 of them the other day. 8 of those and 8 of the Yellowstone.
And someone bought the I'll Be Fine, I Just Did Get Dramatic first unicorn.
I think that one's cute for kids going back to school.
Yeah. So, real quick plug on the stuff that we are doing is if you want a cup that is ready to ship by Heather, we have everything up on our website now, which is customcreations31326.com.
We also have tumbler blanks.
We're selling blanks now. We have stainless steel 20 ounce and 30 ounce skinnies, as well as sublimation 20 ounce and 30 ounce skinnies, and 12 ounce sippy cups and sublimations. So we also have our Etsy store if you guys need sublimation prints, if you need
and
water
we
slides.
also are thinking about adding our prints to our Shopify store too. So so that you could bundle it. I'm thinking about adding a bundle for a sublimation print with a tumbler. I think that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, what are you guys thinking so far?
So you adding it on thick, so maybe
Yeah.
crackle it.
So I'm adding it on thick to see if drying it with the heat gun will make it crackle.
Lisa said, love it.
I think it's super cute. And I think if I do get more cracks in it, I can deepen the cracks of it with my tweezers.
Yeah.
So you can see the glitter underneath. Whoa.
Corey said it's so pretty and it's nice. Each camera shows a different color yellow.
Yes. It's probably because of the angle of the lighting.
But yeah, as time goes on, I'll get better cameras that I can zoom in and out with. And have them all the same, so that way I can zoom in and out with them.
And I'll try harder not to move around so much. I think my biggest problem is I can't see. I'm blind. Let's see if I can do like thick lines. Where the thicker paint is. Maybe it'll crackle.
Lisa, I'm having to wear my Dollar Tree glasses more and more. Getting old sucks.
Yeah, my eye doctor says that my vision hasn't changed, but my stigmatism has gone down a notch. He said it wasn't a significant change, but that can alter how I can see through my contacts a lot, more than my prescription going up or down. He's like, yeah, you a different kind of blind. Yeah, you're right. Alright, make sure I get another go at my bottom.
Thank you, Victor.
What?
I asked him before, I said that, because we got the Shopify store now, I said I wanted to wanted to fix the contact or one of the links to show and take them to our Shopify store instead of the Facebook group. Or have it go directly to our Facebook page, because our business page now is linked to Shopify. So people can shop on our Facebook shop. And
Yeah.
it'll link them to the Shopify store.
That's true. Trying to make sure it's thicker in some areas so I get some cracking. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try it.
Heather's guinea pig.
Who's guinea pig?
You're guinea pigging.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Me sometimes.
Hi, Tivoli.
Hi, Tivoli. She messages me all
She
the
said,
time.
how
too.
are you?
I'm okay. I'm here. I'm still alive. So, there's that.
Now, Christy, you need to feel better too. I hate that you're feeling bad.
She's been sick for like ever. Like ever. Okay, I got a super thick layer on here. And I'm about to go back in with my heat gun. So Cameron's going to mute you guys in a second so that you don't have to hear the annoying sounds of my heat gun. Okie dokie. Ready?
3,
Two.
2.
Can they hear me? Okay, so I've got some slight crackles in here and I just want to accentuate them some. So I'm just going to take some really sharp pointed tweezers and I'm just going to go along these crack lines. Just to make them more predominant.
And here's your verbal hello, Diana. Sorry about that.
Hi.
She's like, I need your cameraman. And hi. And I respond, I'm sorry, he's taking. She's like, not necessarily him, just a cameraman. And Corey asked when we're getting married.
I know, everybody keeps asking me that.
I just said eventually. But we have asked everyone that is part of our online family to make a cup to send to us so we can put it on our gift table. The only thing is you have to sign the bottom of it.
Yes, so all of the tumblers that I buy from other cup makers or that I have made, I try to get everybody to sign the bottom of it. So it's like a signed piece of work.
And Jocelyn said she needs Minion themed printed vinyl. Hi Teresa.
Yes.
Welcome.
I had it printed and then I lost it, and then I had it ready to print again, and then I had to shut out my Silhouette software.
So now Heather's adding an extra layer of dimension because she wants it to have crackle.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of following my crackle a little. That kind of made when I was drying the acrylic paint. And it may look dumb, but I think it gives it character.
Diana, we think it's a pretty cool idea too.
What? What's a pretty cool idea?
The cup thing.
Oh.
Diana said my husband scared me. He actually came up to my craft room tonight to show off my tumblers. He never comes into my craft room.
And you could put crackle medium on this, or just some Elmer's glue under it if you really wanted it to crackle for reals. I'm just kind of improvising.
That, and most time it crackles like up and down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of want it to crackle in several directions.
Let me show off what it looks like so far.
Oops. Ta-ta! So this is my crackled side that I'm just going in with my tweezers. Does it look stupid? You guys can be honest with me if it looks stupid. Just let me know. Does it look dumb?
I don't think it looks dumb.
Okay.
Diana, I want to do a pink Bee Tumbler. I'll have to rewatch this because I was late.
You can totally swap out all the stuff, or you could keep all the same stuff and then do like just add pink acrylic paint. I think a pink Bee Tumbler would be super cute.
Corey said no, it's beautiful. Diana said no. It's perfect.
And you can do this like with any sharp object. You can do it with a weeder, a poker, tweezers,
Heroin needles.
heroin needles. Sure.
Just kidding. Prison shank.
Probably even do it with a razor blade, or like the box cutters like I used to.
Prison shank.
Yeah. You have to unkeister it first.
Right. If you're making tumblers in jail, if you're watching us from your prison phone, you can make this. You can make the crackle method on your tumbler with a prison shank. Just be careful,
Yeah.
especially if you keistered it. You don't want to get poop on your cup.
Facts. I think I can lay it down now and work on distressing the crackle. I'd be lying to you guys if I told you that I've never done this before. Accentuating the crackle, that is.
Yes, Corey, I said a prison shank. Hell, if you have a souvenir from prison and that's you want to use that? Reminisce for a minute.
I like. I've never been in prison, but if I did, I would totally have a
keister
souvenir.
A souvenir?
Yes. I'm gonna stab you with these. So that I can go to prison and get it faster.
That's not nice. You move it up some. It's perfect. And Corey's like, no wonder I fit in so well with this family. It's after 10:30. It's gonna go south from here.
Yeah. In case you thought you were safe, you're
I
not.
don't care if it is Sunday. Jesus went to sleep at some point.
I don't know about that.
Just kidding. It just reminds me of the campaign when he's saying the Lord's Prayer. He's like, Our Father, who art in heaven, aloe vera be thy name. Thy kingdom come is on earth as it is in a helicopter. What? No. Because the guy's like trying to point his finger around like, oh yeah. And like it is in the helicopter.
Oh my gosh.
So I missed the beginning. How do you know where to highlight the honeycombs?
So I actually stuck my little piece of honeycomb stuff to my tumbler before I painted it, and I just painted up to the honeycomb. So it's actually sticking up off of my tumbler.
This is actually.
So I just stuck it in random places.
Yeah, Diana, if you got, I want to make sure we're understanding your question. So, are you thinking that we had a stencil down before? Because this has the 3D printed honeycombs. If you got the light box, you should have gotten a mesh sheet and she cut them out. You'll be able to go back and watch if you want to see exactly how she did it. In the acrylic part, the yellow.
So right here, I just, these are just glued to it. So I just took this little thing and I glued it to it, and then I just painted on the outside of it.
Because it's got a base coat of glitter.
Yeah, it's got the base coat of glitter. So I just glittered the entire tumbler.
Heather's just tediously working away at putting crackle in it.
Isn't this ridiculous? Aren't I ridiculous? This
You are
is
ridiculous.
just stupid.
It's not stupid.
Cause see, if I were to crackle it, if I would have done a crackle method or a medium to it, I don't think that the crackles would be as pronounced as they are. Could be wrong though. I don't know.
This is therapeutic.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, not really.
No. Oh, no worries. I got you, Diana. Just kind of new to the groups. I haven't gotten a sub box yet. Yeah, these have 3D printed honeycombs.
Yeah, it came with like a little honeycomb in it.
And this is the live box. So the next one we're going to be doing is actually going to have a topper to it, and it's going to be the ducky one.
Yes.
So we're making a ducky tumbler. And actually, it says dear autocorrect. It never says duck.
Yes, it does.
If you've ever tried to drop the F-bomb over text message, it autocorrects to duck.
Sometimes I'll be trying to say that, and my autocorrect will keep changing it, and so I keep trying to send it, and it just keeps saying duck, duck, duck. Damn it! And then a lot of the times people are like rolling on the floor because I'm trying to say fuck so hard and my phone won't let me. I think I've
Diana,
had fawn
This
on
one
the
is
floor.
still available.
Yes, this live box is still for sale on the Black Bear page. Cameron, you can probably go over and get it.
I'll shoot you a link to it right now. I got you. Nobody panic.
And then once I epoxy over this, so it's probably going to look better than what it looks like right now. Because it's going to smooth out all this,
There's a link to it, Diana.
all this stuff. And if you mess
So
up
check
a
it
spot
out.
and you're like, I don't like that part, you just cover it with a piece of, or a little bit of acrylic paint. And then it's all good. And then up here around the rim, don't worry about too much up here.
Because you're going to drip it.
Because you're going to do a drip. I'm not going to do the drip tonight because I want to epoxy over this. I always epoxy, for the most part, over my tumbler before I do the drip, just in case the drip goes too far down and it doesn't rip off my acrylic paint or anything else on my tumbler that I worked very hard getting on there.
So up until what she's doing right now, she used the heat gun to allow the honeycombs to lie down. Then she applied the acrylic paint, used the heat gun to dry the glitter, or dry the paint, and now she's applying extra crack to where the heat actually made the paint crackle a little bit.
Yeah, in my thicker areas where I had like a thicker spot of paint, it actually started crackling on its own a little bit, like just small little marks that I could see. So I'm just going in with my tweezers and I'm just kind of making it more apparent. Profound, as you would say, in a fancy way.
Is the cup going to sit flat with a honeycomb on the bottom?
Yes. So the middle part right here is sunken in, so it's actually, when it sits down on the table, it's not actually touching the honeycomb. So it sits flat. My table's a little wobbly, but yeah, so when I heated it, it actually falls down in that little crevice right there.
Corey said crack is whack.
Don't do crack. Crack kills. And then before I epoxy this, I'm going to go in with some alcohol inside of my honeycombs to make sure that I don't have any extra acrylic paint or anything sitting in there that I don't want to epoxy over, because I want to be able to see the glitter through my honeycomb pieces. So I am going to clean that with alcohol before I epoxy it. And the acrylic paint is like super easy to get off, so.
Woo! Diana got a box.
Whoop!
She said she was on the way, and then Herman's like, "Thank you for your purchase."
I'm gonna go get it! I think it's really cool that if, like, someone wants to make this later on down the line, that the live boxes are still available so that people can purchase them.
And not only that, too, but they show in each announcement card what is in the live boxes, which is super smart, because from that point forward, everyone will be able to see exactly what materials they need to be able to make the tumbler and follow along.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do our best to get each of these up on YouTube. So I don't know if I got the first one up. Did I put the
I don't think so.
American flag one up?
I don't think so. Yeah, so this is our second one, our second live box, and then our third one will be listed in a couple days.
Okay, that's cool, Victor. Yeah, I didn't think I would need that one in particular, the Shopify.customcreationsrankin.com, because of the Shopify store just being customcreations31326.com. So, who actually came up with the live box?
I did.
Heather did.
I did.
We're actually brainstorming now with Herman and Christy for live boxes all the way through January.
Yep.
So we can go ahead and get all the glitter ordered, get all the tumblers ordered, make sure we have everything we need so that you guys are going to be completely covered. Yes, Diana, the Cub box is a subscription.
Yes. And I should be getting that box soon so that I can unbox it with you guys so that you could see what all's in it. It does come with all new glitters exclusively for the Cub boxes, so they're not any glitters that you've seen on the Black Bear website before. They're all new. And I think that one's $35 a month too.
Corey said it's a brilliant idea.
What?
This light box.
I like the Ducky one too. I think the Ducky one is going to be super cool because a lot of people have seen these little toppers, but they've been too nervous about doing it themselves.
Yeah. You get all the materials and stuff that you need so that you can feel successful in doing it.
Now everybody's like, why is she doing this? It's so dumb.
She wants to add dimension.
I think it looks pretty cool with the cracks. Don't you?
Go to this camera.
Makes it look like an old beehive. Is what it makes me think of. It makes me think that it's old and that it's been like worked out of for a while, and then once I epoxy it, it's gonna add a whole other level because it's gonna smooth all of it out except for where those cracks are. Crack.
Corey was like, "This is you," and then showed an egg. "This is your brain on crack," and then showed Pam with the scrambled egg.
It's funny.
Yeah, and Herman's saying, the Cub box is $35 shipped if you subscribe.
Nice. So that's a little added bonus of getting one every month.
So
and
with the subscription, it's everything. You get everything for $35 with shipping. But if you don't subscribe, then you have to pay extra. So the subscription is what gets you the free shipping.
nice.
Good idea. Good idea, Herman.
I like the way you think.
How are you going to apply the bees?
With my glue. With my designer clear adhesive. You can add your bees in your coat of epoxy once it's tacky, or you can wait and apply it with UV resin. You can apply it with glue if you want. It's all about how you want to do it.
Diana, back. I was shopping. Welcome back.
Welcome
Herman
back.
was just explaining that the sub box or the Cub box, if you get the subscription for it, it's $35 shipped, meaning that shipping is included. And if you don't subscribe to it, then it's $35 plus shipping. And you can purchase one that way, but like we were saying, it goes up. Props to Herman said props to Coy on that one. We're bouncing ideas on pricing, and she came up with a good one. Oh, I think that is a good one.
Yes, I agree.
How many glitters comes in the cub box?
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
Right, Herman? Is it 5 glitters that comes in the subscription box? Cub box?
And Herman or Christy they're on just about every live with us. So if you guys ever have feedback or things that you want to say to them or ideas that you have for things for them moving forward, just shoot them in here. They'll respond just like
9
Herman
times
is
out
now.
of 10, yeah, they're watching the lives, which is what I love about them.
Corey, that's why you're going to get this next live box free, courtesy of Heather and I, and then you can get crafty with us. Herman
Yes.
said yes, 5. It's 5 glitters.
Yes. And trust me, I can't wait to get them. I love them all.
You have a problem.
Shh. Shh. Don't tell my secrets. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think?
Hey, Judy. She said, I have to watch the replay and catch up tomorrow. I just saw you were live.
Aww. That's Zoe.
Good to see you, though. Yeah, we wanted to go ahead and get this knocked out so that anybody that wanted to see it could go back and watch it. And
Everybody wasn't just sitting around waiting on me.
yeah.
Will me. I gotta do the bottom.
Beautiful. Kayla said, I like the cup. Diana said it looks awesome.
Did you guys know that you could add crackle this way?
Kayla said it looks cute so far. You just scrape the crackle on there.
Mm-hmm. Was that your foot that just... Oh, you touched the thing.
I touched the butt.
And I think it's really cool with the cracks coming off of the honeycomb because this is where it's going to look like it was kind of like made into it. Like there's stress cracks where the honeycombs are. From there being so much honey inside of this honeycomb.
Mm-hmm. Herman said there's other surprises in the cub box.
Ooh. Extra little
It's going to
goodies.
make them even funner. And Heather's talking about, too, so that you guys are kind of up to date on what's going on. This is the first cub box?
Yes.
So this is the first cub box. This is the first subscription box that's going to be going out. This is going to have the first 5 new exclusive glitters that will not be available on the website. So if you grab them, you're going to be getting glitters that no one else has.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Black Bear is concerned, right? So, and what we're talking about doing is having Heather make a cup
With the stuff in the cub box.
using the cup box. All using 1, 2, 3, 4, or all 5 of the new glitters on a cup.
Yes. So in case you thought that, you know, I wasn't going to be involved with that one, I'm going to try and make a cup with them. So you mean like, oh my gosh, I have all those colors because I got the subscription box too. And then you can make a cup with me.
Diana, lives are how I learn. I like being able to ask questions. And we always answer the questions. That's what I'm here for. I help
Yes.
respond to them while Heather works.
And if you ever have any questions that for some reason we accidentally skip over, or you don't want to ask on a live, or if you're working on something and you're like at a stuck point, you can always message me. I try to respond. to the
Diana
same
said,
thing.
"Woo! I got in on the first one." Yeah,
Who said that?
Diana.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with this crackle because I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, she's gonna do this for forever. I think it looks really cool though. I think it looks really, really cool. Right? Does it look stupid with all the crackles in it?
Yeah, I think it's nice. Diana, girl, you do not want to say that I can message you. I will blow you up.
You could message me. I don't mind. Sometimes I am at work. I know some people video call me and I'm at work and I'm like, hey, I'm able to respond, but I'm at work, and I like send a picture of my desk with all the titles and stuff on it. I'm like, here. I'm sorry, I can't answer right now.
I like how the glitter shows through the crackles.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. And then once I epoxy it, of course that glitter's going to sparkle even more under it, because right now it's kind of dull because I sanded it. Mm-hmm. So once I epoxy it, it will be brighter. It will pop. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Whoa, gosh. Oh, God, I don't need that much glue. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, it's under control. We got this. Okay, so we got our tiny little worker bees. And since this is acrylic paint, I'm not going to do the water slide today either. I am going to add my little, some of my bees down here. I may save some for the drip, but I will epoxy, and then I'll come back tomorrow or Wednesday and we'll finish it up.
So little.
Yeah, those are the little worker bees, and this one is the queen bee.
Whoa.
Where'd it go?
It's right here. Super cute. They're cute. They're adorable.
Whoa.
There's another one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8
so
worker
little.
bees. So with these, I'm just going to dip them in a little bit of glue. A thin little layer of glue. I'm going to pick it up with my tweezers. Now, you can save some for your drips, so keep that in mind while you're applying these. Let's see, and I want to apply this one to right there. Whoops. And remember, this glue is going to dry clear. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put him. I want to put him on the edge, like right there. I got glue on my tweezers, and now my hand's got glue on it, and I'm all sticky. There's one of my little bees. And these will be raised up once you epoxy over it, because these are little 3D bees. I'm going to grab another one, and I'm going to stick him in the glue. And I'm going to add him. Let's see, I put that one there. I'm going to put one over here. Stick. Now remember, you can do these in your wet epoxy too. Once you epoxy over your acrylic paint. And if you're feeling brave enough, you can do your drip. But I'm not brave with my drips. So. Now, there is a super cool way actually that you could do your drips. And I do it with this glue. You can do it with Mod Podge, acrylic paint. Dang it, you came off.
Where did you get the baby ones?
They came in the live box.
You'll get them in your live box, Diana.
Yep, they came in the live box.
Did
You
you
get
use
the
your
baby ones and you get a queen one.
Trisha asked if you use your medicine cup holder.
I haven't even really been in my craft room. My friend's staying with us, so I haven't even really used anything for it yet. I haven't even been in my craft room, really. I've been doing stuff on the couch. I've just been dragging stuff out so I'm not in my friend's personal space while she's in there. But I should be back in my craft room in the next couple of weeks. I'm thinking next week, probably. She's just waiting for her apartment to be ready. So I'm going to put one right there. But no, I have not forgotten about it. Cameron put it together for me. The day that I got it, he put it together. I haven't painted it yet. It's just sitting in there. I think they're so cute. Aren't they cute? It's adorable. And then my queen bee, of course, I want to be like a focal point. Because she is the queen bee. So this one is kind of like a big focal point. So I can probably stick her like right here. I think that's a good spot for her. What do you think?
Sorry, I'm trying to get this. Oh, yes, this spot. I like that.
What are you trying to get?
I'm trying to add this media source so I can run my camera, this camera.
This one's probably not going to stick too well because she's bigger. Diana sent me a friend's request.
Woo!
I will go in and accept it in a few minutes. I got glue on my hands. Yeah. And to make sure your bees stay on, you make sure you epoxy over them, because you will be washing your cup and things like that. So I think that epoxying over them will help them hang on there.
So I'm going to show y'all everything up close so that y'all can see. Now that I've got this one added, y'all can see her bees.
Yes, I'm waiting for that one to dry a little bit more.
See your little worker bee?
And then got some more worker bees over there. Oh, jeez. Just sliding. UV resin or wet epoxy would work better, but of course, I was not ready to do that yet. That damn cricket needs to go on somewhere.
Hi, Saber.
Hi, Saber. Why did it get quiet? Why does the playroom keep saying that someone is appearing? It's creeping me the freak out.
Jesus?
I don't see nobody. Oh, it's the damn Mickey balloon.
That's pretty funny.
It's detecting the Mickey balloon as a person because it's got Mickey's face on
What's
it.
the problem? He's a Mickey Mouse.
Hi, Jennifer. Would the bling glue work good to attach these? Maybe after the epoxy?
Yes, you could. Yes. Also,
Will the epoxy cover the 3D feel of those bees?
no. You would have to do several layers of epoxy to get it to be where it would be super smooth.
I like how you say bee so much.
I'm gonna karate chop you. Now the honeycomb, I still don't think that you would, if you added like super thick resin, you might be able to cover up the feeling of the honeycomb, but I still think that you would be able to feel it. So this is another cup that you don't necessarily want to be entirely smooth, and dang it, in my opinion.
Because of UV resin would probably be the best for this.
Yeah. We're just trying to dry my glue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a Q-tip and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna clean out the inside of the honeycombs. I'll be right back
And I'm going to show off the tumbler wall.
while I'm doing that.
Let's look at her tumbler up close, shall we? So far, so good. It's cute.
There's kinetic sand everywhere.
I know. He's a worker bee. You can call me Queen Bee.
And if you wanted to add more dimension, you could also do a stencil to where there would have different.
Look at the setup. There's lights and
It's cold in there.
Victor said, I'm surprised you're not buzzed for this tumbler.
No.
That's right, 100% Trisha. You don't want to soak your tumblers anyway. It's not always good for your epoxy seals.
Alright, so I just got a Q-tip with some 91% alcohol, and I'm just cleaning on the inside of my honeycombs.
Lisa, I like seeing the setup, thanks. It's actually the first time I've watched someone make one. I've seen them everywhere though, and want to make me one. So now you can, Diana, now that you bought the light box.
Yes!
I know, Victor, and this is a completely temporary setup for now because of us having
Oops.
our friend transitioning her apartment stuff. So once we get everything set up, we'll be back with the craft table and the craft room.
Yeah, I've got to do a last layer of epoxy on my craft table for my beach scene.
If we're gonna hit it again, if we add anything extra to it, or if we're gonna leave it alone.
I think I just want to do
Another little coat.
It's a top coat, yeah. I was gonna add the black sand to it, but
I say leave it.
yeah.
I kind of feel the same way. Lisa says she's always intrigued with behind the camera stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole big setup.
It's a lots of cables.
Yeah. Lots of lights.
But that makes for good video.
Yep. So yeah, just going into all my little honeycombs. I'm trying not to turn it too much so that my bee over there doesn't fall off. She's kind of heavy, so...
Hey, she has feelings.
I'm sorry, Miss Bee.
You can call her Queen Bee.
I'm sorry, Queen.
Yes, Queen.
I'm probably out of layer a quick coat to this too.
Thank you, Corey. She said these people are amazing.
Let me try. And this is just getting any extra glue, or any dirt or acrylic paint that might dull my glitter before I epoxy it.
You're just cleaning your holes?
Just cleaning my holes, that's right.
What size tumbler is this?
This is a 20 ounce.
Trisha, don't you give her a complex. She's not heavy, she's healthy.
There you go.
Queen Bee thick. That's what Corey said. That's your 91%?
Yes.
That's your 91% alcohol.
And the acrylic doesn't, it probably doesn't even really need alcohol to take off the acrylic paint. The acrylic paint really comes off with water. You can also peel it off. So, don't forget your butt. Your hefty, hefty butt.
Hey, relax. With all this fat shaming that you're doing.
I'm not fat shaming. I'm the last person that would ever fat shame. Okay. And if you want, you can go over some of your little cracks. Just shine those up. Mr. Cricket! We're gonna fight.
Kayla, I'm gonna go live after you if that's cool, but while I prep, I'm gonna watch you.
Okay. That's the Ducky Topper, my Ducky Topper. That's her.
Sequoia, we like big butt.
Big butt, big donkey butt.
Wow.
What?
You said donkey butt.
Yeah. I got a donkey butt.
Give me that donkey butt and big old legs. I ain't too proud of big. What?
Alright, so I'm just sticking a couple more bees.
Diana, I won't say what you made pop in my head. Lisa, being thick comes in handy when you're on lockdown or on quarantine.
Yeah, because if you run out of food, your body's going to be fine. My body would be fine for 2 weeks if I didn't have any protein. It would just eat my ass. That might be a good thing, though.
So dumb.
I would choose losing my ass over what boobs I have, though. For being honest.
I like my boob. Take my ass first. Not my boobs. No.
You probably lose it in equal parts.
Yeah. I want to put one of my little worker bees on the bottom and be like, ooh, there's a little surprise.
Put it inside the honeycomb.
Yeah, I put one up here that was inside the honeycomb too.
Except when we said you are beautiful. Diana said, oh, I'm good for a month. That's not nice.
Same. I am good for a month. I I don't really eat that much. That's one of my problems though, is I could probably survive by like eating grass for like 2 months. Just go outside and
So stupid.
meh. Meh. I need Jesus.
Y'all look at Heather's the worker bee.
He's in the bottom.
Oh, hi.
He's hiding. He's hiding. So I got 2 that I'm going to save for the drip. I think he's super cute. And you can also add like black vinyl for some of your bees if you want to add dimension. If you did some peekaboo, that would be super cool if you added like some water slides or some vinyl. That would be super cool. I'm touching one of the cracks. Kind of looked not as janky as I wanted, so I'm just gonna fix it.
Good night, Christy.
Okie
Herman
dokie.
said, did anybody step away and come back and say it would eat her ass?
Maybe.
Awkward.
Awkward turtle.
Timing?
So, for now, I'm done. I'm going to put my little worker bees back in my little baggie that they came in, along with my water slide. And this file, if you wanted to make a, which camera is it on? This one. If you wanted to make a bigger one, or if you wanted to cut it out of vinyl, you definitely can. The file is in the group. If you type in hashtag #FreeFileFriday with no spaces, you'll see the file come up on it. I know some people, I think a couple people, or one, I know of one person that didn't get a water slide. But you could also cut it out of vinyl. I'll be happy to
Good night, Corey. Good night, Christy.
to send you an SVG file or a cut file if you have a silhouette or whatever. I'd be happy to do that for you. The only reason I did a water slide is so it would be easy to apply. I didn't want any of the small letters or dots or the designs to get to not transfer correctly. If you're anything like me, some of the smaller words and stuff kill me, and I can't get it to weed right, or it pulls up the letters. So with me, I would rather do a water slide than vinyl any day. There's some people that would rather do vinyl over a water slide. So, and not these water slides, but the water slides for the ducks, and then even the water slide for last month's live box, I printed, so they are sealed. I try to seal them. They are laser printed, so they will not bleed underneath your epoxy. However, I do seal them with Plasti Dip and matte clear so that it's easy to apply to your tumbler.
And take off and reapply.
Yeah, and take off and reapply. It's super sealed, so it's pretty difficult to rip it, stretch it, tear it, or anything like that. And if you do need another one, I think Herman should list them on the site as like a free additive or something like that, or list them on his site for like 50 cents a piece or something to people add on to your order so that you can get another one if you need to. The ones I printed, Koya and Christy made these ones, and they're a little bit small, but the ones I made were super late. USPS has been taking a crap on everything lately. So there are bigger ones that they have. So if you would like a bigger one, I think Herman, if you could list them on the site for like 50 cents for people to add them to their orders, I think that would be super cool. Because I did like 5 or 6 sheets of them. So that's an option as well. And then if you have a cut that's super busy like mine, a smaller one like this might work better for you than a bigger one. So that's also something to take into consideration as well. And then if you have any problems or questions, feel free to reach out to me, send me pictures. If you run into an issue, send me a picture of the issue that you ran into and what you need help with, and I'd be happy to help. You can also feel free to send me friends requests. I don't mind helping you whenever you need help with questions, tips I know about like sublimation, water slides, all that kind of stuff. So I'm always happy to help where I can. We'll come back. I'll try to come back either tomorrow or we'll finish it up on Wednesday because I do need to add a super thin layer of epoxy. I'm not going to add a super thick layer of epoxy. It's just going to be a thin layer once my bees and everything dries, and we'll come back and we will do the water slide as well as the drip on the tumbler. And then you would epoxy and it'll be all done. So you'll probably need 3 layers of epoxy depending on how many you used for your glitter. So I used 1 for my glitter. I applied it with spray paint, so I just 1 layer of epoxy over it, and then a layer of epoxy over this, and then a layer of epoxy over my drip as well as my water slide. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, need any help, feel free to reach out. I hope you guys have a great night and a happy Monday. Tomorrow's Monday. Bleh.
Kiba.
Kiba, love you guys.